Back in 1947, when Panasonic won the Nobel Prize for inventing autofocus that never failed you, I had the suspicion that they might be also working on a vlogging lens. And boy, was I right. 9mm 1.7? Is it going to be good? We know it'll have one flaw, possibly two. Let's talk about it and cry.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So we're on the Huawei P40 Pro. Color science, so beautiful, it hasn't even been awarded yet. And that's the real crime here. I don't know why. The colors, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. Just the redness in my face. Are you showing the herpes thing? Exaggerating it? Thank you. Every gray in the beard? Doubled? Good choice. So I'm just gonna try a bunch of different grades to calm it down, and I look good. So Panasonic, finally, a wide, fast prime, probably gonna be pretty light. It's Leica 3D pop on that prime. Here's the problems I foresee already. Two problems. We know Panasonic is not the vlogging company. They're not doing it. You want lightweight, good autofocus, good stabe. Super slow-mo for some reason. They have none of it. The GH6 is heavier than medium format cameras. I bet you, I doubt it, there's at least one out there, a film medium format lighter. It's so heavy and stupid. Big fan in there. There's no fan? I haven't seen it yet. I don't know. Panasonic heavy. Autofocus, still the same. Really bad. You would never vlog with it. It'll be hunting constantly. You'll be disappointed. So those are two problems. Third problem is Leica lenses themselves have terrible autofocus. You're dinging at me. He was like 15 feet away. I didn't need the ding. You dinger. Ought to ding your mom. So I had the best Leica lens on the planet. It was the 15mm 1.7, and I got the Olympus Tony 1 Mark II. Thank you, Flat Earth Santa. That's not a thing. The EM1 Mark III, and it was like fantastic phase detect autofocus, but when I used Leica lenses, they would go haywire and shift to the background like completely unusable. And then the Olympus lens, the 8mm 1.8 fisheye, never lost me ever, unless I went into like this situation in the shade and there's super bright background, something like this. It would lose me for a second, then I pop out, and we're good. I popped out of your mom. So as much as I love the look of that Leica 15mm, it was so light, and it had the Leica colors, the Leica 3D pop, fantastic. It was unreliable, even with phase detect autofocus. So this is kind of the problem with Panasonic in general, even if they do ever get on board the phase detect train. It's not gonna work right with most of their lenses. The best ones, the Leica ones, those are the only good ones. If you want to know the only lenses worth buying, Leica, Zeiss. Throw out the catalog. Whatever else is in there, Tamron, you're looking at Tamron. You want to save money on a Samyang? Save money on a Chinese dinner, you piece of shit. So I have a feeling that Panasonic GH6 with this lens will be too heavy, won't autofocus right at all. But the alternative, Olympus OM-1, say, with this lens, are they gonna speak the same language? I don't know. We can't count on it. We can't guarantee it because there's precedent in the past of it not happening. Leica does not like Olympus. Not a lot of people know this, but Leica was invited to an Olympus birthday party. It was a pool party. Leica didn't have a bathing suit. Olympus let Leica borrow one. It was checkered. It was old. It smelt musty. Leica didn't get the dream girl that was also there because of those shorts. But what we learned in the end was that that girl was shallow. And Olympus did you a favor. She was a bitch. So autofocus might not work, but the Stabe. Now, 9mm, that's an interesting choice. Hawks, turkey vultures, 7 of them. Are you getting any of it? Oh, they're following me. Come on, phone. Do it. Do something. Do it like you've never done it. Where are they? Come back. Come back. Is this good content? I'm sure it is. The phone wouldn't let me down. Now, when it comes to that 9mm focal length, that's what we're on now. So this is almost handheld. I'm right at it. Plenty wide. I think the obsession with like 14mm, like that's stupid. There's goofy wide, then there's pleasing wide that gets like all the scene. That's what this is. Then there's like cinematic 24mm. If you're extended way out there, you're starting to get compression. Learn the language first. And then it looks nice. But that's a pain in the ass because you got to stick it out there. 9mm, that's a sweet spot. But will the warpy shit happen? Is he warping? 9mm is like, it might be just there. I think I tested the Leica 8 to 18 and it was warping at 8 and it disappeared at some point, somewhat. I think that was like 10mm, so I doubt it's gonna work, but it might. And then with Olympus digital Stabe, that might fix it, but like it doesn't on third-party lenses. It doesn't fix it on the Leica, whereas on an Olympus lens, the 7 to 14, it's fixed, but that thing's too heavy. Damn you teenagers. You have no respect. No respect for your elders. Grow up. Grow up. You know, the only alternative to this lens, other than third-party Leica stuff, was the Olympus 8mm fisheye pro lens. For some reason, when it's fisheye, you don't get the warpy corners. That actually solves it. And then when you stretch it out in post, it somewhat fixes it to the side, but the horizon still bends, and you can't ever fix that. So those are the questions I have about this lens. Will the Stabe be warpy? Will the autofocus work? How light will it be? Probably pretty light. Leica 1.7s are light, and they're Leica. How much will it cost? Since oil is $90 for a thimble's worth, just getting the lens, shipping is going to be $175. That hurts, but well done, Panasonic, for listening, finally. Years later, 40 years later, which means phase detect is coming in 6 years. Minimum. Maximum. I have time. So, what do you think of that? Hopefully they'll send me one. As if. No company will talk to me but Sony. Why? Let me back into your hearts. Yes, I'm gonna find the flaws in your camera, but I praise it too. Somewhat. It's a balance. It's a good balance. Buy the lens. Pre-ordered through my affiliate links, even though it's not announced yet. You'll come back to this video to check the link, right? You're not gonna. How's the Huawei? It's very good. Yes, it was. I'm gonna go. Thanks for subscribing. Who's that? Subscribe.